Hey everyone, this is Desert Lightning, a LEGO Ninjago set that is pretty straightforward with 2 small vehicles and 3 minifigs. Strictly speaking, this is Desert Lightning. It's Jay's Desert Lightning bike, which has a couple of stud shooters on the front, which shoot out transparent yellow studs. They give you a couple of spares of those in the set as well. This is able to stand up on its own without the use of any training wheels or anything because the tires are on-road style, low-profile car wheels and tires. So it's plenty stable like this. Has a lot of forward rake to the whole thing, so it has a lot of ground clearance, especially in the back. They use blades around here for the sake of decoration, as is pretty normal, but there's nothing else really special about this. What you see really is what you get. There's no other action, nothing to transform. You can slightly change the angles of some things, but for the most part, it's a pretty rigid build, which is mostly built around a Technic frame and just has brick-built stuff in the center. Jay is able to hold on to the handlebars right there, and we'll take a closer look at the figure in just a minute. The bad guy bike is not really a bike at all. It is a mono-track vehicle, single track down the center. Interesting looking design. This one is able to actually lean over in turns just a little bit. Jay's bike couldn't do that. It has kind of a fin on the back. This is in a dark gunmetal gray. This does not shoot in any way. This does not have any transforming feature. These flaps in the front can kind of move a little bit, but they don't really do anything intentional. This doesn't have much of a control setup for the driver, the rider, pilot of it. There are no control sticks or anything. He just kind of stands there. But I think that it looks pretty good. The figure looks pretty good in there. I think it's at about the right height. Maybe it would have been nice if it could have actually sat down a bit, but this kind of works for me. The track doesn't have too much friction within it, within the drivetrain, if you will. They use axles down at the base, so it's pretty free to move around. That's important to me. And once again, pretty much what you see is what you get. Just to me personally, this looks more interesting and certainly more unique than the Jay bike. Jay in this set doesn't have any sheath or any extra armor to hold on to any swords or anything, but he does come with the slow-mo time blade with the transparent blue color added on to that copper-ish transparent orange with metal flake in it piece. So it's one of the collectibles if you're getting the smaller sets. The center character is called Tannin and uses a headpiece that does not have a second color in it. On the right is Commander Blanc, who does have the dual molded headpiece, which has the orange going into it, which goes with the color of his body. He also has the dual molded element at the end of his axe weapon there. And let's take a look at these from their backs before I start taking some stuff off. As you can already see, there's going to be at least one alternate face, at least 2. 3 for 3 we go with the alternate faces, and the very detailed prints on the backs of especially the vermilion minions there. A little bit more plain for Jay, but it looks appropriate, I think, for the style of the outfits that they have for this season. It just goes with everything on the front, and the prints going all the way down the fronts of each of these are also pretty good. Lastly, they throw in a couple of these small snakes for good measure. It's a fine, small, simple set, right? I mean, consider the cost of this in your country, the retail price, and then halve that. And that's basically what you're paying for each of the vehicles plus one minifigure to go with them, and then a third minifig thrown in. So I think that's a good way to think of the value of this when you're considering for yourself whether it's worth it. I think it's cool, just nothing too fancy, nothing too special. It's not a real standout set. It doesn't have any real standout features. I definitely like the Vermilion Racer better than Jay's bike here, but of course that's just personal preference. If you have a preference, let me know down in the comments, and also share what you think about the entire set. I've got a lot more videos to bring you, so be sure to check back on my channel on a regular basis, and I'll talk to you again soon.